Good evening, everyone. In this video, we are going to discuss about our communication principle assignment, which is AM receiver and AM transmitter. In our group, we got 4 members: Nur ELMIERA, Muhammad FAHMIM, REVAITHI, and myself, DHARMINDRAN. So, we will move on to our introduction by ELMIERA.
I will talk about introduction to AM. Okay, the first amplitude modulated signal was transmitted in 1901 by a Canadian engineer named Reginald Fessenden. He used a continuous spark transmission and placed a carbon microphone in the antenna lead. The sound waves impacting on the microphone varied its resistance, and in turn this varied the intensity of the transmission. Although very crude, signals were audible over a distance of a few hundred meters, although there was a rasping sound caused by the spark. Okay, for the next slide, I will talk about AM transmitter. What is AM transmitter? Okay, in an amplitude modulation, which is AM transmitter, the information is added to the radio signal by varying its amplitude. Okay, what working principle of AM transmitter? Okay, the audio signal from the output of the microphone is sent to the preamplifier, which boosts the level of the modulating signal. Okay, the RF oscillator generates the carrier signal. Okay, so both the modulating and the carrier signal is sent to AM modulator. So power amplifier is used to increase the power levels of AM wave. Okay, this wave is finally passed to the antenna to be transmitted. So for the next slide, my team, which is REVAITHI, will talk about AM receiver. Thank you.
Hi everyone, today I am going to talk about AM receiver. The definition of AM receiver is simply convert a received amplitude modulated wave back to the source information. Which is, to do this, the receiver must be capable of receiving, amplifying and modulating an AM wave. If it must also be capable of band limiting the total radio field. And the working principle of the AM receiver, the receiver must use electronic filter to separate the desired radio frequency signal from the other signals picked up from the antenna, and another electronic amplifier to increase the power of the signal for further processing. And finally, it recovers the desired information through the demodulation. And there are also a lot of advantages and disadvantages. First, I talk about advantages. There are 5 advantages, which is simple to understand and implement. The second is requires limited bandwidth. Third is need low frequency carrier, and the fourth less costly compared to frequency modulation, and the last to use for long distance propagation. And more, there are disadvantages, which is the efficiency of this modulation is low because it uses a lot of power. Then this modulation uses amplitude frequency several times to modulate the signal by carrier signal. The third is this declines the original signal quality on the receiving end and causes trouble in receiving quality. And the fourth, AM systems are susceptible towards the generation of noise generation. And the last, the application of amplitude modulation limits to VHF and radio and capable one-to-one communication only. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today I would like to present about the circuit and the result for AM transmitter and AM receiver. For the circuit, we need to construct using multisim software. We construct both AM transmitter and AM receiver circuit together. AM transmitter used to send the audio signal as input and deliver the AM modulated wave to output. In this circuit, we use function generator to generate specific signal, and we amplify the signal using operational amplifier. Lastly, we record the result and put into the report. For the next content, I would like to give to the other presenter. Thank you.
So now I'm going to explain about the discussion of our assignment. Amplitude modulation is the voltage level of signal to be transmitted that changes the amplitude of the carrier in proportion. AM carrier is transmitted by itself when there's no modulation. So referring to the graph that I project here, carrier amplitude rises and falls accordance, and the carrier frequency remains constant during amplitude modulation. You can see the graph where the carrier frequency remaining constant, and the carrier amplitude rises and falls in accordance to the carrier frequency. So we'll move on to our conclusion. We can conclude that amplitude modulation concept is necessary for certain things. One of its necessity is high frequencies can propagate further through air. The second, the signal to be transmitted rides on amplitude of the carrier, thus forming the envelope of the modulated signal. In simple words, AM transmitter takes audio signal as an input and delivers amplitude modulated wave to the antenna as an output to be transmitted. The AM receiver takes the amplitude modulated wave as an input and produces the original audio signal as an output. So hope you all understood our discussion about our assignment AM transmitter and AM receiver. Thank you.